So that's very unfortunate. I haven't figured out what we're going to do now. More than likely, we're just going to go to the bedroom and chillax. But I got to put some stuff up while you guys are in here. And we'll get back to our normal scheduled hangouts, I guess. Which kind of sucks because I was looking forward to doing some forging for you guys. So, looks like this is what we're stuck with. Hey, my baby. Maybe this time I won't freeze. But hey, we got a subscriber off of that. I can't believe it. That was a dumpster fire. Unfortunately, ran out of propane. That happens. That's an unfortunate part about blacksmithing. You run out of product, and I ran out of propane, so I do apologize. I thought that other propane bottle was going to have enough in it to do something, and nope. Neither one of them together could do a damn thing. So, yeah. Yeah, let's hope I don't freeze, like I did last time. So instead, we're going to sit here. We're going to have just a normal everyday hangout, so hope you guys come in and have some fun. Come on in, join the conversation. Sit back and lurk. I'll be right back, guys. I got to go put up some things, okay? Jen, you have the floor. All right, guys, we're going to brew ourselves a pot of coffee, and we're going to sit here and have a good conversation. How's that sound? How's that sound, everybody? All right? All right. What's up, Amethyst? How you doing? You haven't missed nothing. We went to try to do some forging, and I'm out of propane, so I couldn't forge if I wanted to, which I want to. But it is what, excuse me for not having this light on for a minute, but it's the only way to get my coffee maker to work. All right. So how's everybody doing? What's up, Sean? How you doing, Cass? It's raining there too. I missed your stream yesterday. I'm sorry, Amethyst. I really am. There's been a lot going on lately. A lot more going on than I'd like to admit. You know, but I'm sorry I missed it. Thank you very much. All right, guys. I gotta go get a coffee filter. My coffee's in here. And let's get to brewing. Well, get out the way. All right. Okay, here we go. We got the coffee filter. Shut back off. You don't need coffee. Swear to God, dog. What's up, Prime? Here's some loves. Thank you. All right, yeah, there we go. There's my Jin's channel. Let's pin that. What's up, Prime? How you doing, brother? Welcome into the show. We're making a pot of coffee. Why? Because we are disappointed. But it's okay. We tried to go take and be able to do some forging today and do some blacksmithing for you guys. And I'm out of propane. And did not know it. Should have checked it better. But that's my problem. You know, guys, now I just got to switch them out this. I don't know if it'll be this month or next month. Because we are trying to save up and trying to buy stuff for our RV as well. You know, so we got some things going on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's raining right now. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jin. Yeah, ran out of propane, man. Just wrong. You know, guys, if you would, please, if you don't hit that like button, at least hit that heart button. It pushes us out to more viewers. You know, guys, so smash that heart button, smash that like button, all those things. Oh, thank you, Eunuch. But thank you very much, Eunuch. What's up, Motorsports? Just bought a house. Nice, 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 nice. I love it when it rains. I got you, Prime. You know, if you guys want to, it's cash sign capital K NIGHTS SANCTUM Knights Sanctum. You know, that's my Cash App if y'all want to donate. So it's a capital K Knights Sanctum, like a medieval knight. Thank you, Amethyst. Yeah, I know you ready to see the sunshine, baby. You know, y'all have had a lot of rain lately. So have we over here. We had a nice day today. You know, it was going to be partially cloudy. It would have been perfect to do our forging. Dead gum propane's out. Making a knife. Using heat to pound metal and make a knife. You know, I have a hammer that I use, and I have an anvil and stuff like that. Yeah, you can't go outside and get any fresh air. Yeah, if you've ever seen Forged in Fire, that's forging. You know. So basically bladesmithing. But yeah, we're going to be making a few things on here. We're making a boot knife right now. Local pizza shop and Chinese place is getting raided by ICE today. Oh no, Sean. That sucks. You're going to lose your, I'm starting to lose your depression. That is awesome, Amethyst. Way to go for you, man. Keep it up. What's my favorite knife? It's a Viking Sax. It's a very practical blade. It's good for cutting. It's good for hacking. It's good for slicing. It's good for skinning. It's a really good practical blade. You know, I really like that one. If not, this is my personal favorite one that I made. I made this years ago. I love this blade design. It's one of the best knives I've ever had in my life. You know, but a Bowie is always one of my favorite blades. Thank you, man. But a Bowie is always one of my favorite blades. My next step down from that is a stiletto. A stiletto is easily hidden and easily wielded. Not much training required to wield a stiletto. Not when it's mainly meant to go shank, 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 shiv. Oh, okay, Amethyst. Thank you very much for saying I'm your favorite. Awesome. You rock. We'll see you next time. You know, guys, this is Afternoon Hangouts with Gator. We were going to try to do some forging videos, or a forging video today, but it did not work out. We ran out of propane. So I apologize for that. Guys, smash that like button, smash that heart symbol, you know, all those kinds of things. You should make scorpions throwing spear. Oh, you mean his little kunai that he slings out? I thought about making a kunai. I have the material here to make one. So I might just give my hand at that. You know, I've got enough material to make a few knives. So we gonna make a few things for you guys once I can keep up my propane. Oh yeah, I can make his rope dart one day. That's for sure. Oh shucks, shut your Labrador mouth. You're barking at your brother. Goofy thing, you. Get over here. Nice. You have a wooden scythe? Oh, that would be cool. Hey, bark, bark. How you doing, impotence? Bark, bark. Thank you for showing up. You know, it's always wonderful having people here. Smell that coffee brewing. Just smell it brewing. Love me some coffee. I'm about to make me a mocha. We're about to have a good old time. Thank you for coming in. Think I should modcast? You know, the only problem is I've got a lot of mods primed. I really do. And having too many mods can actually screw your channel up because then people don't want to come in. You know, so Cass, I'm sorry, but I've got enough where I'm at. You know, I thought about that the other day. Yeah, dude, I've got like 30. You know, I don't think I need any more mods than 30 people. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, 30 of them. I'm sorry, guys. I've got 2 managing mods, and the rest of them are all standard moderators. And that way it guarantees I've got a moderator in on every show. You know, so I kind of just have enough of them. I don't need any more. But, you know, he's always still a knight. But thank you very much, Cass. You know, just for being here, man. You know, you're a much appreciated member of the channel. You know, I always enjoy reading your stuff, man. Yeah. Am I finished? Did I brew? I have a brewed. Yeah, coffee. Let's see. First, we gonna put ourselves a little bit of chocolate syrup in here. And then I'm going to go put a little bit of heavy whipping cream. And then I'm going to go add a little bit of milk. And then we're going to stir it all up real good with the coffee. Mocha. I am your secretary. And thank you. You know, thank you guys. You know, I always love having all of y'all in here, to tell you the truth. You know, I don't have very many friends. And not in my area. You know, so it's great to have all y'all. Benicio, how you doing, man? let me go on ahead and go add what I need to this. I only got to get 2 ingredients out of the kitchen, just a splash of milk and a splash of creamer. I'll be right back. Because it makes it taste just a little bit better when I add the real stuff and the regular creamer. I'm not adding a lot, it's just a little bit of each. Just to make it extra creamier. All right, guys. We are back and ready to finish out our mocha. We add in some chocolate syrup here. Some syrup. All right. Ready for a mocha, everybody? Let's go, guys. All right. Nice. Now, we take our Bowie knife. We stir it up. And boom, no need for Starbucks. This live dream just popped up in front of me. I have no idea about this channel. You have good vibes, though. Watching from... Ooh, where is that? Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan. Nice, Anna. Anar. Nice. Welcome in. Welcome in, man. What is up, Superior? I heard you singing in the kitchen. I was talking to my dad. Arthur Morgan. Yes, it is a big knife. This right here, it is a big knife. I have used it majority of my life. Ain't nothing better. Good old mocha. So this ought to wake us up and put us in a much better mood, seeing as we didn't get to forge today. So, it's actually, I made this knife here, so I might make a replica of this blade and try to sell it on my show. So you guys, once I get my merchandise store set up and everything like that, and I get some product, you know, that's why I'm showing you guys all these crafting videos. I'm showing you guys what I'm going to make, what's going to be available first. Wish we could hang, buddy. We would have fun. I got some cool shit. I got you. I got you, man. You know, maybe one day we can, Sean. Which, by the way, let's go on ahead. Now that we're done brewing our coffee, we can plug in our AC unit and we can plug in our light. And boom! Let there be light, guys. Love the knife. Thank you very much. Wait till I finish this little boot knife. It's going to be awesome. I actually have some sycamore for the handle, which the cool thing about sycamore is, although, yes, it's a soft wood, but once you take and you treat it with tung oil, it gets this really nice light brown color, and it's got these black specks all in it. So it looks really cool when you take and you shave it down and everything like that. So it's ought to look really awesome. And with it being a softer wood, it should be able to take and absorb the impact a lot better. So your handle should last a lot longer. Yes, I've cut myself many a times with making a knife, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I've smashed my finger, I've burned myself, I've cut myself. Guys, you mess with fire, you mess with blades, you're going to get burned and cut. It just happens. You get in a rush sometimes, not paying attention to what you're doing. And because you're used to it and it's muscle memory, then you have that one little slip up and you're like, oh crap. Ow. I'm bleeding. It happens. Oh yeah. Castrated by the state. Ooh, wow. That's a heck of a name. But yeah, I have many of medieval weapons that I carry around with me. In fact, I gotta go get Troll's Bane. Give me just a second. I left it in the living room because I was gonna be forging. Oh, Troll's Bane. There you are, buddy. Here's my buddy. My good old trusty axe. Oh, yeah. I haven't spoken to Ian yet today, but I've been a little busy tending to some personal items today. So I haven't got around to emailing him just yet. But I do plan on emailing him right after the show. You know, we're going to try having problems. But yeah, we got the axe back. So we're back ready for the show, guys. Let's get back to our mocha. Always awesome. Oh, yeah. You know, guys, there's nothing better than sitting down, chilling with good friends, and having good conversation. So why don't you guys come on in? Be my friend. 10 likes. Give me just a second, everybody. All right. Sorry, guys. That was an important message I had to take care of real quick. Sorry about it. Thank you, castrated by the state. Hope everyone's having a good day, too. Yeah, Sean's sitting here with the burritos. What, shucker puppers? Are you thirsty, baby? You need something to drink? All right, let me go get you something to drink. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to turn this around so y'all can see. Oh, yeah, he done drank that down to the bone. All right, guys. Chuck now has water. And we can get back to doing us. Drank to the bone. Oh, yeah. Hang on. Still got people texting me. Oh, it's all good. What's my dog's name? Shuck. S-H-U-C-K. Like Chuck, but Shuck. Yeah, it's based around an Anglo-Saxon legend. If you guys ever want to look it up, the story of the Black Shuck. You know, it's a tale about a hellhound. If you actually want to look into it. Right, I put my mocha over here so he wouldn't drink it. But yes, my dog's named after a British hellhound. Mainly because he was a guard dog, so I figured giving him a scary name like that, his name literally translates into demon. I know what you want on the staff. Man of the world in runes. Gotcha, brother. I'll take care of that. You know, I'll take care of that. Don't worry about it, Brad. Man. Don't worry about it, brother. There we go. INC, how you doing, man? You know, man of the world, I can actually do that. Let me write that down. There we go. Thank you. I'm doing my greatest. I got you, man. You know, that's all we really can do. Bro is the Viking Iron Man. That's nice. Thank you, brother. Hang on a second. But anyway, you know, yeah, man, I'm a little disappointed to tell you the truth. Damn propane ran out. So I couldn't forge. I was a little upset about that. But I'll be coming back with 2 full tanks. I do too, man. Everybody wishes there was world peace, but nobody wants to do what it'll take to create world peace. You know, oh, we've got a new addition. You know, I got a new addition to the armor set, guys. Oh, wow, it's too big. Dang. I was hoping to show you guys something really cool, but the image is just way too big. Yeah, dang, no forging. I was trying to, man. That's why I went on ahead and left the video up, you know, so people could say I went to do it, and no propane. Each bottle was empty. Just outski. Hold on. All righty. I got you. I got you, man. Live the way that we did in the olden days, you know. Yeah, I can get new propane. I just got to wait for my paycheck. What's up, Amber? How you doing? Welcome into the show. You've been talking to your girlfriend? All right, all right. But yeah, I just got to wait for my paycheck to come in and buy a few things, see if I got it. Y'all live 5 hours away? That's cool. From me? That's awesome. What? What do you want, baby? What do you want? You want up here with daddy? Come on, up here with daddy. Or do you need to go potty? What do you want? What do you want, Shep? What do you want, baby boy? What you want? You tell daddy what you want. Well, just don't tell me nothing. Go tell me what you want. You want to go potty? You want to eat? Are you hungry? Is that it? You're hungry? You want food? He wants food. I got you. Nice. We met at the hospital because I tried to kind of oof away. Oh, I got you, Amber. All right. Hello. Nice to meet you then. Give me just a second. I got to take him, get my Shuck something to eat, guys. He's a little hungry. All right. This time we got some beef broth instead of chicken broth. You ought to really like that. You know, guys, a special treat for your dog. Yeah, he wants his food and he wants it now. I love my Shuck. I really do. Anyway, but yeah, he looks really, he's so happy to get his 3 square meals a day. I mean, I wish I could eat 3 times a day, but I pay to feed him that many times a day. You know, that's the one thing about being a pet parent or being a parent, period. You make sure that they get their food first. But a great treat for your dog. The reason why he's really ready for that food every single day is I put chicken or beef broth on top of his dog food. You know, and that chicken or beef broth ends up making him go nuts. Used to have a dog, but my dog got ran over. Oh, I'm so sorry. My Shuck hardly ever leaves my side, so he can't get hurt. You know, even when we do go outside, if we're in public, he's got a short leash. You know, that I keep him on. And it's so nobody will take him. Because with him being a black lab and a pit bull, a lot of people around here want a dog like him. Yeah, I got you there, man. That's not a bad idea, Portia. That's really not, Brian. You know, giving them a little bit of extra num-num, you know, they'll love you forever for it. You got 3 pit bulls? I got you there. What weapon do I carry while I'm walking? Thug breaker. Doesn't look like much, but packs a hell of a wallop. You know, this is my everyday carry. And as you can see, I've been in a few battles with him. So he's got some battle scars to him. Yeah, thug breaker. You know, tell me stories. Okay. All right. The first time he got the name Thug Breaker, I was walking through downtown Akron, Ohio. Not a good idea for a white boy, you know. And I wouldn't hurt nobody. I was on my way to get out of the hood, to get through it as soon as possible and just get to the other side, right? I ran into some unsavory people who knew I was in the wrong neighborhood, and they came after me. Well, I didn't hesitate. The second the first one got to me, I took his knee out. The second the next one got to me, I broke his arm. Next guy got his whole wrist and hand shattered. The last guy got his shoulder shattered. You know, then the others backed off. And I was just like, look, guys, I don't want to do this, but y'all keep coming at me. I'm going to keep breaking bones. You know, I'm just trying to get home. And they were like, dude, it's cool. It's cool. Let a thug be. Let a thug be. And they kept saying that. And well, he became Thug Breaker after that. And he saved my life, actually. I had an incident in, again, Akron, Ohio. Yes, I shattered the bone. You know, I shattered one guy's patella, tore his ACL, and dislocated his knee. While the other guy, I broke his clavicle and cracked his shoulder blade. The next guy that came up, it broke all the bones from here back, and then it broke his wrist. And yeah, no, ow. A mace is not a fun weapon to get hit by. It's meant to wreck your world. And that's what this is. This is a medieval mace. It's what's known as a priest mace. And it was so it could be lightweight and non-lethal. All right. So y'all want another story about Thug Breaker? All right, we'll hit you with another one. I was coming home from work at a Circle K. Thank you, Adam. But I was coming home from work at a Circle K. And I had Thug Breaker with me because I did not leave the house without it. You know, especially not in the middle of a big city. You know, and y'all were talking about how happy he looks when he's done eating. Look at that dog. Look at that big old baby. Look at that big old fat boy. What's up, fat boy? What you doing, my big old fat boy? Talk about a happy dog. But anyway, so I'm walking home from the Circle K, and this guy jumps out of nowhere. Now, I recognize him from earlier in the night. He was one of the customers. I had to turn him away because, guys, at night, I turn off the, if I'm working a convenience store at night and doing the overnight shift, I turn off the soda machine. Now, here's the reason why. Because I turn it off, I drain it, I clean the entire inside of it, I clean all the nozzles, I clean the trough, and then I let it rebuild up in ice. That takes several hours to do, guys. You know, and especially whenever you got to deal with customers in between. So it takes a long time. Well, he wanted a Polar Pop. And I told him, can't do it. Machine shut down. He's like, I see it right there. There ain't no nozzles off of it. I'm like, it shut down. I turned it off in the back. It's draining right now so I can clean your ice trays or clean your ice bin so you won't have mold in your ice, sir. And he just, man, screw you. You just a terrible white boy, you know, throwing slurs my direction and everything like that. I lightened up his speech a lot, by the way, guys. I lightened up that speech a lot. Let's just say there was more cussing there than a Jerry Springer episode. You know, guy went off the hinges. Well, I go to head home, and like I said, this guy jumps out the bush. He puts a 6-hour 9mm in my face. Directly into my face, maybe about 6 inches away. And he says, this is for never having Polar Pops. Give me everything you got. Well, I looked at him and said, bro, I work at a convenience store. I ain't got nothing. And guys, I'm not joking. He pulled the trigger, but it didn't go off. It wasn't because of a dud round. It was not because of a dud round. It was actually because he put the wrong clip in the gun. It was too short to be able to reach the receiver. So the bullet just never racked in the first place because he was literally just a couple millimeters too short. So that's what saved my life. It wasn't a misfire. It wasn't luck or anything like that. It was, this guy was a heroin addict and didn't know what he was doing and was just trying to get a fix. So, yeah, the instant that gun did not go off, I broke his arm, I broke his leg, I broke his shoulder, I broke his jaw, and then I threw him straight to the ground, took the clip out the gun, looked him dead in the face, and said, "You got the wrong clip, idiot." I threw the gun at him, which cracked part of his head right here, right dead in the center when the hammer hit him, and I walked away. I took his clip and everything. Called the cops, turned the clip in. 3 days later, the man was arrested after trying the same thing, but this time with an empty gun, and he tried to shoot a pregnant woman. So her husband took it out on him. And I mean, took it out on him hard, you know, with a lead pipe. I'm guessing he was one of those that can freely hate us, but if we say something, we get called racist. Honestly, man, I don't care. You know, I don't care what he thinks, but he was a heroin addict, you know, so his mind wasn't in the right spot anyway. So that was his whole thing. He was trying to get more money for heroin. What's up? How you doing, Mersham? We were telling stories about me using Thugbreaker. My mace. This is Thugbreaker. Now, guys, after that, the cops in Akron started calling me Sir Pimp Stick. Because they started, the cop that pulled up, ghetto as heck. You know, you can always tell a ghetto whenever you see ghetto. You know, it's in the voice. It's in the way they talk. Can't get rid of it. You know, it's just like you can't get rid of a country boy. You can always hear the country in him, no matter how hard he tries to hide it. I'll get to another one here in a minute. Working overnights, twerkers are the worst. Tweakers are the worst. Yeah, I've messed plenty up over the years. Yeah, I get you, man. Tweakers are awful. And this guy was a tweaker. But anyway, you know, I don't always condone violence, guys. I would rather speak things out diplomatically. But you come at me like that and you gonna get mollywopped. But at the cane and said, "Man, that's a daggum pimp cane. That's what that is, bro. Where'd you get a pimp cane, bro? You white." And I looked him dead in his face and I said, "It's not a pimp cane. It's a mace. It's a medieval mace." And he looked it over again and was like, "Nah, dude, that's a pimp cane, cracker. Here you go." I started laughing at it, man. So we had a great little interaction. But they ended up starting calling me Sir Pimp Stick after that. I think you just educated a rocking horse. Thank you, brother. Thank you. That was funny. One of my buddies has a cane sword. That's pretty cool. Okay, thank you. I've actually experienced robbery. I was in a 7-Eleven when then this man comes in with a 9mm and the gun was pink. And he said, "Give me the cash." And they gave it to him. And I was hiding behind the aisles. Oh, okay. What's up, Energetic Joshua? We're just sharing stories. You know, I was talking about some of the stories I have with Thugbreaker here. One of them was actually involved me and Shuck. You know, me and Shuck was nice, but me and Shuck was walking along out in the woods behind the house that we lived at. It wasn't very much of a woods, I wouldn't even say, just a little, you know, a little patch of wild area out between two suburban neighborhoods. And I was walking through it when this pit bull comes running out of nowhere. And I mean, his ears are down, the hairs on the back, up on his back, his tail straight out, and his teeth are bared, and he's going a beeline straight for you know who, my Shuck. And I was like, "Oh no." So I had the mace on my shoulder, just like this. I waited for the dog to get close enough and just went pop. I didn't hit him hard. I just let the weight of the mace do his job. That was as hard as he got mollywop. And when it happened, he burp and turned around and just walked right the hell on back home. I mean, it was an instant doink. Okay, I'm done. And turned around and went and left. And if you've ever seen a pit bull go cross-eyed, that is hilarious. But I mean, he literally just doink, yerk, I'm out. Oh, man. You know, I ended up going and knocking on that person's door. And I was like, look, I hit your dog. And they said, is that why he's got a knot on his head and he just don't want to come out from underneath his doghouse? I said, well, he broke out the fence. And they said, well, what did you do? And I showed him the cane. I said, I straight up bonked him. And he looked at me and said, well, that's your problem. He decided to bang your gong, brother. So next time, don't be a douche and stay in the fence. And I started laughing. I looked at him. I was like, man, you talk to your dog like I talk to mine. Like they can actually, 100% understand you. I'm always looking at Shuck going, you little SOB, blah, 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 blah. And he's just staring at me like, what the hell, Dad? I don't understand a word out of your mouth except for lay down, sit, sleep, food, water, and walk. Oh, and rides. My dog said his cousin had his manhood bitten off by a dog because he cheated on his wife. Ooh. Fido does not need to get a hold of your dork. No, that is never a good idea. Oh, good Lord. Ow. Woo. Guys, I shouldn't have heard that story. I shouldn't have heard it, but I did. But and you know what? The problem is now my boys heard it too. And now my boys are just going, nope. Now, it's all good though, guys, because I mean, that kind of stuff happens. That's actually to be fair, just so Joshua doesn't feel left out, I'll give a story from my grandparents' past. My grandma hot glued my granddad's stuff to his thing for cheating on her. So I'd rather the dog. Sup, Raymond? How you doing? Day's going great so far. But, one other story about Thugbreaker. How he actually got those dents right along here on this ridge. Don't worry about it, Raymond. I was walking along the creek bed. And I was just not really doing much. Just had it with me. And you just ended yours, Raymond? That's cool. Yeah, hot glue. Ow. But anyway... So I'm walking along like, no big deal, right? And next thing I know, something's moving under the water up ahead of me. I'm like, oh, I know what you are. You're a nice, good old-sized gator. Let's deal with this. So I go walking past, and no sooner do I get past than this guy decides he's going to pop his head up, and I go, doink! And he goes, ducks his head underwater and takes off too. So it works really effectively on alligators as well. So it's an all-around effective way of dealing with things. Yep, just doink. I'm afraid to use it on a hog. I think I'd straight up just crush its skull. And you know what? I like keeping hog skulls. They're good trophies. They look gnarly. I know most of my people in here have already seen a hog skull. But how many of you haven't? And if you haven't, let me know now. I'll show you what them things look like. They look nasty, man. If you look at one, you'd never think it was a hog. You've never seen one? Castrated by the state? Okay. You have one at your grandpa's house, I see? Okay, I got you there. I got you. All right. Well, since Castrated hasn't seen one, let's show him. This is a 250-pound boar skull. Doesn't look like much. Look at them teeth. Them teeth get a hold of you, and it's basically all over. Them tusks, you never want them inside you at all. You don't want anything to do with those. You never want to be on the receiving end of this beast. Yeah, their teeth are crazy. In the back, they're not so much grinding teeth as they are slicing. I killed it with a 22 right there. Saw him, went bang, he went down. But, oh, story on how I did it. Okay. I got you. Give me just a second to put that up. No. That crap needs to stay there. No. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to prevent an avalanche. All right. There we go. So, here is the story about a man named Brady. No, I'm joking. All right. So, I was sitting out in the middle of the big thicket, right? Watching for hogs, doing my thing. Oh, yeah, it left a big dent. I'm about to show you why, too. But anyway, I'm sitting out there minding my own business. And, of course, hog hunting. When I started to fall asleep, which is a huge part of my problem. I tend to fall asleep when I'm hunting because it's so peaceful. But, oh, excuse me. Hello, where did that come from? But I tend to fall asleep when I'm hunting because it's so peaceful. But I was sitting out there just starting to doze down when I hear. So I pick my head up. And the first thing I see is a black shape move. I was like, oh, crud. So I get my rifle ready. The next thing I know, this big white and black head pops out the bushes. And I immediately draw a bead on it. Boom! Well, not boom, but pow! And this little guy right here, that little itty bitty round, dropped his big old butt. One shot. That's all it takes if you know what you're doing. You know, and out there in the thicket, you don't get much more than one shot. You get one chance. All right, thank you, Castrated. See you next time. Thank you. Hopefully you come back, man. Hopefully you subscribe and come on back. What's up, Mr. Fun? How you doing? You know, welcome into the group. You're new. Just too easy. All right, we'll see you later, INC, or are you just telling him bye? All right, thank you, guys. Thank y'all. So, yeah, it was just tap, and there he was. He was down, guys. He was out, you know. Hi. Telling them bye. Gotcha. Nice to see you in here, Mr. Fun. Welcome in. You know, thank you for showing up to the channel. We just got through talking about some hunting stories, which I actually have another one, and this one's got pictures. Y'all want to hear about my first hog? This is a funny one. All right, guys. So, first off, y'all get to see pictures of me looking redonkulous. This was me with my first hog, right there. That was the very first animal I ever killed with my shotgun. And this has a story to it, right? So we're sitting there, me, my dad, my Uncle Bruce. We're all going hunting, right? And we're all sitting around on this log. And it's hollow. I'm sitting on a hole. And they're sitting there yakking back and forth and doing their thing, looking around. And when I say yakking back and forth, I don't mean they're actually loudly talking to each other. They used to be able to have whole conversations just by looking at each other and nodding and waving their fingers because they knew each other for so well for so long that they didn't even have to actually talk. So they had whole conversations. But I'm sitting there. I finally get bored, you know, with waiting for them talking about they're going to move because they're doing hand signs like this, which means, you know, they'll point to themselves and they'll point that way. And Bruce is like, you know, meaning I'm going to go that way, you know, and I'm sitting there watching them. Well, all of a sudden I get bored and I get a little gassy. So I decide to let her loose. Burp, rattles the whole log, man. Whole log vibrates. And all of a sudden, my Uncle Bruce just looking around my dad just looking dead at me. Both of them was silent for a second. I just, excuse me. And that's when they start dying laughing. And Bruce is like, man, let's just go back that way. Everything's already dead downwind. You know, he starts making jokes. They're complaining about me pooting. You know, guys, it didn't even it made a hell of a noise, but it didn't make any stink. But anyway, so Bruce goes off his direction. Dad goes off his direction. Well, I'm left sitting on the log. It wasn't maybe 45 minutes to an hour later that I hear boom, 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 boom. I'm like, whoa, that had to be Dad or Bruce. You know, and they were such rapid succession in a row, it had to be a semi-automatic. So that meant it had to be my Uncle Bruce, because me and my dad used pump actions. So my dad comes running up to me, and I'm trying to find Bruce. Well, me and Bruce and Dad meet up. And as me and Dad are coming around the corner, Bruce is like, there's 8 of them. There's 8 of them. Me and Dad all of a sudden getting ready, looking around, because I done showed y'all the skull. So you know the tusks are stupid dangerous. 8 hogs versus 3 skinny dudes with a bunch of shotguns. Yeah, we're dead. You know, so me and Dad are looking around freaking out for a second. Like, where the heck are they? And then all of a sudden he's like, there's 2 mamas and there's about 8 little ones. So now we're like, oh, okay. So he's like, just keep looking, just keep looking. One of them tried to bite me. I want one of them. So we're walking around, we're looking for these little piglets. My Uncle Bruce, and you just have to know Bruce Oliver to know this, but my Uncle Bruce is walking around going, looking up underneath trees, trying to find these little, see you later, man. But he's trying to find these little piglets. How you doing, Purple Reaper? And he's just going, oink, 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 oink. He ain't even trying to grunt. And he don't even sound like a pig. He just sounds more, he is oink, 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 trying to get that to come up to him, you know. And I decide I'm going to go walking this way. I'm following one of their little tracks. And I happen to pick my head up, and maybe 30 yards ahead of me, there's 3 pine trees that make a triangle. 2 of them that are looking dead at me, and 1 in the middle. Well, directly in that triangle comes this big head. So I was just like, nope. I throw my gun down, my 12 gauge hog buster, throw it down, and boom, pull the trigger. She drops. See you later, Prime. But she drops right then and there. Big old sow. And that was my first hog. You know, guys, that's the first animal I managed to kill with my dad. First animal I took off the thicket. Oh, you not going? Oh, all right. You were telling INC goodbye. All right. See you later, INC. All right. Now, my dad, however, that guy's got a hunting story. You know, this one incident with my dad, all right? He's going out and he's hunting. Not really thinking about much, but he's going to have some fun, right? And next thing you know, he's sitting there, bored, hasn't seen anything, about halfway through the day, when all of a sudden this doe comes running out, just flying right out in front of him. Perfect. So he just throws down and boom, drops her. Then a buck comes running out right behind her. So he, boom, smiling real big. Then another buck comes running out behind that one. He, boom, smiling huge. Then he has to turn around and pop the doe again. Then he had to turn around and pop the first buck again. They got 3 deer in one day, in one go, at the exact same time. 5 shots, 3 kills. You know, 2 shots was to guarantee a kill. You know, so that man's got a hunting story now. He's the one you want to talk to about some hunting stories. You know, with me and the hog hunting, you know, there's not a hell of a lot to tell, because as soon as I see them, usually I drop them. So there's not much to say. You know, as soon as they pop their head out, they're done. You know, they don't make it past me in hog buster, especially now I'm using double-eyed buck. You know, I ain't got to take the time to aim. You're done, you know. But When it comes down to my dad, he's seen bobcats, he's seen coyotes, he's seen foxes. He sat there and watched a fox one day playing with her cubs, just sitting there running around playing and being silly. And he's just sitting there going, you know what, this is nice. You know, and he just sat there and enjoyed himself. Wasn't even really hunting anymore. But we're going to finish our coffee. And then I think when the coffee's done, I think the show will finally be over. But guys, I have to thank you all for being here. I'd like to see 3 more likes up there if there's any chance that we can get at least 3 more. Because I'm going to tell one more story while I'm drinking my coffee. And then we're going to get on off of here. Okay, guys? So this one is how I got my first fish. So, which totally by accident, how I got my first fish. You know, that's hilarious. So I'm in a boat. What the hell's a boat? I'm in a boat. I'm on a boat, you know, but we're just trolling along, right? And I'm in just little old bass boat. And I've got a Snoopy fishing pole, okay? I'm like 3.5, 4, you know, little bitty guy. And I'm just throwing a worm. Actually, I think it was a lizard. I'm throwing a plastic rubber lizard back and forth, just reeling it in. I ain't really doing much of nothing. In fact, my uncle and my grandpa were mad because they thought I was scaring away all the fish. Well, at one point, because I'm trying to land it on the lily pads, is what I'm trying to do. I'm not even fishing. I'm just trying to hit lily pads and trying to get a freaking bullseye. Well, anyway, one of them incidences where I threw that line, it hit just the right daggum lily pad, because that lily pad exploded and just boom, water everywhere. Well, I all of a sudden am just like, yay. My uncle throws his hand out and goes, oh crap, and goes to catch me, because he has to catch me across my chest because the fish dang near yanks me out the boat, right? My grandpa turns around, he grabs that little Snoopy fishing pole and he pulls it up and he's got it by the tip. He's like, reel boy, reel. And I'm like, I'm trying to reel it in as best I can, but this fish is fighting, you know, and about 10 minutes worth of a fight. And my little booty butt, hey, Diego, I'm from Texas as well. I'm from Southeast Texas. Nice to meet you, man. But about 10, 15 minutes later of fighting, and I reel in a 6.5 pound bass. I will clean my apartment now because people are coming over. Sorry, guys. Okay, see you later, Joshua. You have fun. What's up, JJ? How you doing, man? But yeah, so it hits, and I've got a 6.5 pound bass. You know, and I was goofing around. I wasn't even trying to catch a fish. I was literally goofing off. You know, I didn't even know what fishing was. I just wanted to go with them, you know. And just sitting there, man, that's the same with me, JJ. We were trying to do a foraging video today, but I ran out of propane. Yeah. I need Hank Hill. I need some propane and some propane accessories. But I am out of my propane. Boo. If only propane was free, you know, right, man? I could just pull up there right now. Nice! 36.1K? Congratulations, Diego. Like, that's an achievement. I'm happy with 15.7, you know, but to have that high a number, congratulations. All right, guys. We are almost out of coffee. Correction, we are out of coffee. I'm still in like the 600s. Man, you got to find the right video. I happened to find a video that propelled me into a success. What ended up happening was I came across that, you know, the weapon closest to you is your weapon during a zombie apocalypse. What do you choose? Well, guys, I never choose just one weapon. Oh, you're a musician, Diego. And JJ, you've been in since 2014? Dang. But anyway, I never have just one weapon on me. So I pulled out Troll's Bane, a tomahawk, and a machete and did a thumbs up. You know, and guys, I exploded. That is literally, I shot up to the hundreds of thousands in a month, you know, and I was like, whoa. Yeah, I never thought I would be this big. It's cool to know you're a musician, Diego. What kind of music do you do? You know, I never thought I would either. I honestly thought that when I started this channel, guys, I thought I was maybe going to be like at the most 50, 60 people like I am on Facebook. But apparently I've got something people enjoy seeing, which is being a decent damn human being. You know, guys, that is something we're lacking in the whole world right now, is decent human beings. You know, I don't judge you. I don't care. You know, all I care about is, are you going to come in here and be respectful to everybody in here and to me? That's all I care about. You know, and so far it's worked out great. You know, we don't have very many trolls. We don't have very many haters. You know, so that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. You know, and it's a great therapy for my schizophrenia and my epilepsy. You know, it's made me feel much better about myself. So, guys, I want to thank you all for that. You guys are all God's country music undefeated. I got you, Diego. Cool, cool, cool. You know, that's awesome. You know, anyway, you know, guys, I want to thank you all for being here for us, for being here for me. I say us because I'm used to saying that as a schizophrenic. But thank you for being here for me, for doing everything y'all can. And y'all are absolutely amazing. Y'all are the backbone of YouTube, the absolute lifeblood of everything. You know, guys, if it wasn't for you viewers, ain't none of us stood a chance of having any kind of fame or being able to get any kind of a voice out there. You know, it's thanks to you guys. You know, and Diego, if you'll subscribe and come on here again later on, man, you can always drop your channel. All right? So come join us tonight for Final Thoughts. I hope so. Same with you, JJ, and everybody else that was new here today. You know, come join us later on tonight. You know, I hope to the gods that y'all go on ahead and like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all next time. You know, because we getting ready to shut her on down over here. All right, guys. So see you from the swamp, later from a gator, and never forget, love your mama, love your papa, love yourself, be kind, and always find a way to help everybody. We'll check you here next time. Same spot, same place. Bye, everybody.